The atheist, who most irrationally refuse to recognize innumerable proofs in the splendors and multifarious phenomena of nature, which categorically points to the existence of an almighty creator, and those religious groups which insist that in the matter of faith, rationality and intelligence, which is what distinguish man from animals, have no place or relevance, are doing injustice to the faculty of thought and reasoning. On the contrary, Islam does justice to the human faculty of thought and reasoning by asking us not to cling blindly to any faith, but accept faith by using reason and also through a comparative analysis of faiths and dogmas. The humanists who clamor for unbridled freedom of individual to live according to their own whims and fancies, including the right to consume alcohol, drugs, indulge in extramarital, free sex, etc., as well as those religious groups that encourage people to live a life of asceticism without family or children, renouncing all the pleasures of life, including good food, and denying themselves all the material blessings bestowed by Almighty God, are doing injustice to human nature. But Islam, the religion of nature, says, you can eat and drink, but not those that are injurious to your health. You can live and enjoy life, but within the moral code. You can earn and spend, but not to be extravagant. The Western capitalist, whose sole aim of life is to create monopoly, amass wealth and exploit the downtrodden, as well as the communists who believe that the wealth of the nation belongs only to the working class and others have no right over the same, are doing injustice to the financial rights of man. Whereas Islam allows us to earn wealth through proper means, in honest and permissible manner, without indulging in activities that are harmful to the society, by giving the working class their due, and without exploiting the downtrodden. At the same time, when Islam maintains that all wealth belongs to Almighty God and that man is only a trustee, and as such, a portion of what he earns should be given as compulsory charities, doing justice to the financial aspects of man's life. The advocates of modern democratic system who argue that if the majority decides so, even immoral activities, including homosexuality and lesbianism, can be legitimized. The communists who say that the government should be controlled by the working class, and the fascists who want the government to suppress all other groups, are doing injustice to the political system. But Islam does justice to the political field also by asking rulers to govern strictly in accordance with truth and justice, to protect the weak from the mighty, and to take care of the poor and needy, and also by teaching the common man that to speak the truth at the face of a cruel dictator is jihad. The Nazis of Germany, who advocated Aryan supremacy, the Serbs of Yugoslavia, who stands for Serbian supremacy, the Brahmins of India, who foolishly boast they are the upper caste, and those white people who consider the blacks as inferior human beings, are all doing injustice to human race. But Islam is doing justice to all by treating everyone as equal, irrespective of color, creed, nation, tribe or sex, by proclaiming in chapter 49 verse 13 of the Noble Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha waja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha waja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. O mankind, you have been created from a man and a woman, and you have been differentiated into tribes and nations only to know each other. And the person who is near to Allah is one who is righteous. Those who deny justice to the rich merely because of their wealth, and to the poor due to their poverty, as well as those who show partiality on account of religion, race and caste, are doing injustice. But the Noble Quran proclaims in chapter 4 verse 135, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu kawwamina bil qisti shuhada'a lillah walau ala anfusikum awil walidaini wal aqrabin in yakun ghaniyan aw faqiran fallahu awla bihima fala tattabi'ul hawa an ta'dilu. O you who believe, stand out firmly for justice as witness to Allah, even as against yourself or your parents or your kin. and whether it be rich or poor, for Allah can best protect both. The Hindu scriptures, which say that woman is an embodiment of all sins, that the woman who gives birth only to female children should be divorced, that she is not entitled for any freedom even in her house, that she has no right to inherit property, no right to divorce or remarry, that she should consider her husband as God even if he leads an immoral life and behaves cruelly towards her, are in fact doing injustice to woman. The Bible which says it is woman who tempted Adam to eat the forbidden fruit, that she is the one who is instrumental in opening the gates of sin, that she is the one who is responsible for the alleged crucifixion of the so-called Son of God, that she is subject to the curse of God and she should deliver children with pain, that her desire will be that of man and he will rule her, that she should keep silent and should not speak in public places, that she is not entitled to inherit property if there is a male legal heir, and that she does not have the right to divorce, etc., is doing injustice to women. But Islam provides justice to woman by proclaiming that man and woman were created from a single soul, by declaring that the birth of a female child is a happy news, by directing that a female child should not be killed, by warning parents of punishment in the other world for doing such evil deeds, by granting her the right to get education, right to work, right to earn and keep those earnings, right to inherit property, by granting her freedom either to accept or reject a marriage proposal, right to get gift at the time of marriage, right to divorce and remarry, right to get maintenance, granting higher position to mother than father, and above all the right to get a reward from Almighty God for her good deeds and to get forgiveness for her sins. The present generation is doing injustice towards the parents by forcing them to languish in the loneliness of old age homes and boasting that they have done their duty, instead of showing gratitude towards their mother who had carried them for months in her womb, who had loved and cared them more than anything else, who had spent sleepless nights when they were not well, and their dear father who had protected them, financially supported them, and provided education. And when their parents become aged, when the time comes for them to depend on the children, the present generation, instead of returning the love and affection that they had received, they incarcerate them in old age homes to languish in the loneliness and sorrow. Whereas Islam says, when your aged parents depend on you, should not even utter a word of contempt. You should pray to Allah to shower mercy on them, should protect and look after them. I can narrate a number of examples to show the practical approach of Islam towards the entire gamut of human life.